Picture a summer sky in 1940, ablaze with the roar of engines and the scream of diving fighters. Britain stands alone, its survival hanging by a thread as the Nazi Luftwaffe rains destruction. Amid the chaos, a rugged monoplane, often eclipsed by the sleek Spitfire, carves through the clouds, downing 60% of enemy aircraft. This is the Hawker Hurricane, the unsung hero of the Battle of Britain, a machine of grit and glory that turned the tide of war. Join us on a thrilling journey through the 1930s and 1940s, where courage, ingenuity, and a stubborn fighter rewrote history. In the early 1930s, aviation was a world of canvas and wires. Biplanes like the Hawker Fury, with their open cockpits and double wings, ruled the skies, but their time was fading. Across the Atlantic, the Wright brothers' legacy had sparked a race for speed, and in Britain, a visionary named Sidney Cam dared to dream bigger. Fresh from designing the Fury, Cam saw the future in monoplanes. Sleek, single-winged machines promising unmatched velocity. The British Air Ministry, wedded to biplanes, scoffed at the idea, fearing monoplanes were too frail for combat's brutal demands. Undeterred, Cam toiled at Hawker aircraft, sketching a fighter that blended biplane sturdiness with modern flair. By 1935, his creation, the Hurricane prototype K5083, stood ready at Brooklands. On November 6, it roared to life, its Rolls-Royce Merlin engine, a 1,030 horsepower beast, propelling it to 315 miles per hour. Vibrations rattled the frame, and the tail fluttered ominously, but Cam's team tweaked the rudder and ailerons, silencing doubters. In 1936, Britain placed a staggering order for 600 Hurricanes, the largest peacetime contract in its history, betting on Cam's vision to shield the nation. The Hurricane was a marvel of practical genius. Its steel tube fuselage, cloaked in wood and fabric, echoed biplane simplicity, making it a breeze to build and patch up compared to the Spitfire's intricate aluminum shell. Retractable landing gear, a bold leap in 1935, slashed drag, pushing speeds to 330 miles per hour. 8 0.303-inch machine guns, nestled in the wings, unleashed a deadly cone of fire, dwarfing the Gloucester Gladiator's meager 4 guns. The Hurricane's thick wings, less graceful than the Spitfire's elliptical curves, made it a rock-steady platform for gunnery, perfect for shredding bombers. Yet, flaws lurked. Fuel tanks in the wings caught fire easily, a lethal hazard until Linatex, a self-sealing material, was retrofitted in 1940. Spin recovery was tricky, with the rear-heavy design sending pilots into deadly spirals. Cam's team countered with a ventral fairing and extended rudder, proving the Hurricane's ability to evolve. This rugged fighter, born from biplane roots, was ready to face the storm. By July 1940, Britain faced its darkest hour. The Luftwaffe's bombers, Junkers Ju-88s and Heinkel He-111s, swarmed, aiming to crush the RAF and pave the way for invasion. The Hurricane, with 32 squadrons compared to the Spitfire's 19, became Britain's backbone. RAF strategy was ruthless. Hurricanes hunted lumbering bombers, while Spitfires tangled with nimble Messerschmitt Bf 109s. The Hurricane's rugged frame soaked up punishment, its tight turning radius outwitting the faster Bf 109 in dogfights, though its 330 miles per hour top speed lagged behind the Germans' 350 miles per hour. Pilots became legends. Douglas Bader, a legless ace commanding 242 Squadron, led Hurricanes to down 23 enemy aircraft, his fearless spirit a beacon. John Kenneth Haviland, an American volunteer, survived brutal dogfights, his battered Hurricane holding firm. Polish pilots of No. 303 Squadron, fueled by vengeance, made their Hurricanes the RAF's deadliest, claiming 126 kills. With 1,715 Hurricanes in service by September, their numerical edge and durability repelled the Luftwaffe, echoing the 1909 Daily Express cry after Blériot's flight, "Britain is no longer an island." The Hurricane's saga soared beyond Britain. In 1941, during the Italo-Turkish War's echoes, Italian pilot Carlo Piazza's Blériot 11 had pioneered aerial reconnaissance. Now, Hurricanes took that role to new heights. In North Africa, fitted with tropical filters to fend off desert dust, they struck Axis tanks with 40mm cannons as Hurry bombers. The Sea Hurricane, with arrestor hooks, guarded Atlantic convoys from U-boats. In Malta, Hurricanes shielded vital supply lines, defying Axis assaults. Canadian-built Mk-12 Hurricanes, over 1,400 strong, patrolled coasts and trained pilots, guided by Elsie McGill, the Queen of the Hurricanes, a trailblazing female engineer. The Hurricane's affordability, far cheaper than the Spitfire, saw it adopted by Belgium, Yugoslavia, and the Soviet Union. Its wood and fabric frame, easy to repair in muddy fields, outshone the Spitfire's finicky aluminum, making it a lifeline in remote theaters. The Hurricane's heart beat in its pilots. Douglas Bader's leadership in 242 Squadron, defying his disability, inspired a nation, his Hurricanes tearing through enemy formations. John Kenneth Haviland's survival in the Battle of Britain showcased American grit, his aircraft a battered testament to resilience. No. 303 Squadron's Polish pilots, burning with defiance, turned Hurricanes into instruments of retribution, their 126 kills a record. The Hurricane also carried the legacy of pioneers like Harriet Quimby, whose 1912 Blériot 11 channel crossing inspired women in the Air Transport Auxiliary to ferry Hurricanes during the war, proving their mastery of these machines. At airshows, pilots like John Dominguez, echoing Blériot 11 stunt flyers, wowed crowds with loops and spins, the Hurricane's agility a spectacle. The Hurricane wasn't flawless. Its wooden and fabric fuselage, while reparable, burned fiercely when hit, a flaw curbed by Lean-Atex. Spin recovery issues, tied to its heavy tail, claimed lives until ventral fairings and rudder extensions stabilized it. The Bf 109 outpaced and outgunned it, but pilot skill, honed in tight dogfights, leveled the field. The French Army's 1912 monoplane ban, driven by Blériot 11 wing failures, mirrored early doubts about the Hurricane's single-wing design, but CAM's fixes, like Blériot's, silenced critics. The Hurricane's grit outmatched its limitations, proving ruggedness trumped elegance in war. The Hurricane's production was a marvel. The 1936 order for 600 aircraft, a peacetime record, showed Britain's trust in CAM. By 1944, over 14,500 Hurricanes rolled out, with Canadian Car and Foundry's 1,400 units, led by Elsie McGill, bolstering the effort. Its simple construction, wood, fabric, and steel, made it faster to build and fix than the Spitfire, a boon in wartime. Its affordability spread it across allied nations, from Finland's snowy fields to India's jungles, a global defender. The Hurricane's DNA shaped future fighters. Its robust design inspired the Hawker Typhoon, a tank-busting beast, and the Harrier jump jet, with its versatile agility. Today, airworthy Hurricanes thrill crowds at Duxford's Imperial War Museum and Virginia's Military Aviation Museum, their Merlin engines echoing 1940. Replicas, like Yorkshire Air Museums, and Microsoft Flight Simulator let enthusiasts pilot this icon, its controls alive with history. Hawker Restoration's meticulous work keeps these relics flying, preserving a legacy of courage. The Hurricane's Battle of Britain heroics inspired films like Reach for the Sky, chronicling Bader's life, and documentaries like Air Warriors. It stands as a symbol of Britain's defiance, much like the Blériot's 1909 flight declared, "Britain is no longer an island." Once overshadowed by the Spitfire, the Hurricane's reputation as an unsung hero has soared, with historians lauding its 60% Luftwaffe kill share. Its story teaches that innovation thrives in crisis, Sidney Cam's defiance of skeptics, Elsie McGill's production triumphs, and pilots' bravery turned a modest fighter into a legend. As jets streak across modern skies, the Hurricane reminds us of perseverance. Its lightweight, efficient design, wood and fabric prefiguring carbon fiber, informs drones and ultralights. Cam's refusal to yield, McGill's engineering feats, and pilots' dogged courage mirror Blériot's relentless experiments. The Hurricane proves that simplicity and resolve can conquer the impossible, one gusty flight at a time, its creaking wings a timeless call to dream big and fight on.